Yellowstone Volcano latest, bubbling hotspot cutting 400 miles across Idaho, has been tracked by USGS. This is from the latest Caldera Chronicles. They come out every Monday. Sebastian Kedley Express UK reports referring to this. US tracking a bubbling hotspot cutting 400 miles across Idaho. The volcano hotspot fueled by scorching magma from deep inside the earth, traveling 400 miles. USGS geologists revealed to us, explaining Yellowstone Volcano hotspot feeding past eruptions in a chain of at least 7 volcanic fields in the northwest US. US Geological Survey map shows volcanic fields emerging near the border of Idaho, Oregon, and Nevada before ending up in Wyoming. The hotspot, which currently supplies the Yellowstone volcano, was pushed along the northwest by the moving North American tectonic plate. And according to Idaho Geologic Survey geologist Zach Lifton, tectonic movements pushed the hotspot along for 16 million years. In the article Caldera Chronicles, geologists said Yellowstone is an example of a hotspot volcano. Volcanic hotspots are fed by plumes of hot material rising from deep in the earth, and they result in the formation of magma closer to the surface that might eventually erupt. As the North American tectonic plate moves southwest through time over mostly stationary plume, a series of eruptions occurred, forming a hotspot track. And the result is a chain of ancient volcanic fields starting over 16 million years ago near the Idaho-Nevada-Oregon border, and that gets progressively younger across southwestern Idaho, eastern Snake River Plain. The geologists identified 7 volcanic fields in the northwest US, starting with the McDermott Field about 60.5 million years ago. Volcanic fields form on the border between Oregon and Nevada, south of the Columbia River basalt. About 15 million years ago, the hotspot then fed the Owyhee-Humboldt Field to the east of McDermott, and it kept going east. The hotspot continued northeast, forming the Bruneau, Jarbidge, Twin Falls, and the Heiss Fields. And eventually the hotspot gave birth to what we know today as the caldera 2 million years ago. As the Yellowstone hotspot migrated across the US, it most likely affected earthquake activity, of course, in Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, and Montana. Geologists found evidence of a similar hotspot in Hawaii and the Pacific tectonic plate. The migration of volcanic material created the Emperor Seamount Hawaiian Ridge. Most volcanoes from that track are buried deep under the ocean, stretching 3,500 miles from the Russian Kamchatka Peninsula. The youngest volcanoes born from hotspot movements are seen today in the form of the Hawaiian Islands. Dr. Lifton said, while most volcanic activity occurs near the boundaries of tectonic plates, hotspot volcanoes are unique because they can develop in the interiors of plates far from their boundaries. Hotspots were first recognized after the plate tectonic theory, and as geologists began collecting more and better seafloor data in the 1950s and 60s, they noticed strings of volcanoes lined up along straight lines. Yellowstone volcano, believed to have had 3 major eruptions in the past 2 million years, 2.1 million years ago, 1.3 million years ago, and the most recent one, super eruptions, that is, 640,000 years ago. The Lava Creek eruption formed the Yellowstone caldera and Lava Creek tuff in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. And previous to that, Yellowstone suffered the Mesa Falls eruption 1.3 million years ago and the Huckleberry Ridge eruption 2.1 million years ago. And since the Lava Creek event, there have been 80 non-explosive eruptions. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.